Good morning, you guys. It's me, Sayelf, and today is a very special day. You're gonna come with me to the Imperial Academy of Arts as a fellow student to have this full day study experience and see all this beauty with your own eyes. Even though you're 100 miles away, right now you're here with me in Saint Petersburg, walking to the best art academy in the world. So grab a sketchbook and let's go. It's 9 a.m. and we just entered the academy. We have half an hour before the first class begins, and right now we're going to the library to take a couple of books. This is one of our libraries. We have two more in other parts of academy. This one looks really old and atmospheric, and we also have to go deeper to look at the giant tapestry with Alexander the Great. My Macedonian groupmate needs this as an inspiration for his new artwork. And then we're going to Painting Technology Laboratory. We have morning lecture here at 9:30. By the way, all these paintings on the walls are copies made by fellow students during their summer copying practice. They made them from the original paintings straight in the Hermitage. It's a very famous Russian museum. And on the lecture, Professor told us about different types of glue for making canvas. And after the lecture, we go to our workshops for painting class. We're finally painting portraits with hands. It's very exciting after months and months of only head paintings. The model is our friend Dan. He was nice enough to find time and pose for us. He's not a professional model, but he did a really great job. That was such a pleasure to paint him. Our professor made this wonderful oriental atmosphere around Dan. And we were very excited, that feeling when the model is boring and grey and you do routine work day after day. Here everything was completely the opposite and everyone did a very good artwork, so you'll see them in my next videos. By the way, you guys, you can also follow me on my Boosty page. I have here a blog with a bunch of useful information about admission to the academy and some painting and drawing technology texts. It's same as Patreon. I recently made a very useful post about composition for applying to the academy with all the examples and so on. And before there was a post about what your portfolio should look like. So come and take a look if you're interested. I left the link below. Painting class ended and now we have 40 minutes break, so we went to our courtyard. There are a lot of cats living here, somebody always feeds them so they stay here rent-free. After painting we have drawing class. It's too much light coming from the outside and it changes lighting on our models, so we cover the windows with fabrics. We have this very beautiful model for our class. As far as I know, she was a ballerina when she was young, and now she works here at the academy as a professional model for more than 15 years. I'm always so impressed when I hear how many years professional models have been working. So far, the longest I've heard is 40 years. He was an elderly man who was mostly posed for sculptures. That's really a lot. And after drawing class we have some free time and I want to use it to show you our gym. When I first discovered it, I was so impressed. It looks weird and beautiful at the same time. We have this ancient ceiling and then typical gym interior, so it looks a bit confusing, but let's be honest, could you imagine here something simple and boring? This place is insane. By the way, guys, have you ever seen how canvases are made? Not the small cotton ones from art shops, but real good linen canvases. Let's go to our basement, I have something to show you. Here we have special room for making canvases where you can make from scratch your own glued and primed canvas. Here's my group mate making her canvas. She already made first layer of gelatin yesterday and today is time for second layer. Before applying glue she sands the surface so it will be nice and smooth and layers will better stick to each other. Academy provides glue, primer and all the equipment like these giant old frames, and you only have to buy your own linen fabric. There's a very nice woman working here. She mixes acrylic primers, prepares the gelatin and completely guides your canvas making process so that you don't make mistakes all the way through. The entire process takes from 3 to 5 days because you apply layers of glue and acrylic primer, and it all needs time for drying before each new layer. Most of students make one big roll of canvas, so then they can cut it in any size for new artworks, so it's really convenient. After gluing, you need to remove excess gelatin so that the surface is smoother. For this we use a spatula. And after all, we leave the canvas to dry, and tomorrow we'll apply the first layer of acrylic primer. The acrylic primer is mixed right here in the basement in a special machine, and just like gelatin, it's applied with a brush in a thin layer to the canvas. Since the canvas is quite large, it's better to do this with someone together. The primer needs a few hours to dry, so we'll be back to apply a second layer soon. We still have anatomy class this evening. We're finally done with skull bones and we're learning facial muscles this semester. Our professor has this very old projector and he shows us pictures of faces and explains which facial muscles are used when expressing various emotions. All lectures are conducted in Russian, but as I said before, there are a lot of foreign students at the academy, and this is how the guys from China survive here. They turn on speech translator and it's kind of working, I guess. Another amazing fact about the academy is that we have our own church right in this building. For me it always looked very surreal. You just walk down the corridor and through the wall you see a church that appears out of nowhere. And our studying day is already over, but I have some extra content for you guys. The academy has several exhibition halls and various exhibitions are constantly held in them. And now we have two amazing exhibitions open. One of them is collection of students' academic drawings from last year, and the second is old works by Soviet artists from the academy's fonts. It was a big shock for me to see some of these works live. This is something that I saw constantly on the internet before entering the academy. My camera roll is always full of Soviet paintings that I use as an example of quality, like when you paint an eye, skin or hands, you look at the paintings that you admire and try to achieve that quality. To be honest, now these artworks are not idols for me. This year I have chosen the path of newer, fresh art and hope to develop in this direction. I'm more into something modern, or on the other hand, I'm really into the works of old masters. But these paintings awaken in me very warm memories of my teenage when I just started this journey, so I'm happy to share these paintings with you guys and hope it can inspire you as it always inspired me. So that was it for today's video. Hope you have a great day, and always remember, no dream is too big. I believe in you. Your success is a matter of time, but it's unpreventable. Hope to see you soon, and how we say in Russia, до свидания.